All right, now at 5, forced to cut back on water usage. Concerns are growing now about drought problems all across the Charlotte area. Drone video here showing just how low water levels are getting on parts of the Catawba River along Mecklenburg and Gaston counties. Well, thanks for joining us for your news at 5. I'm Alicia Barnes.
And I'm Morgan Francis. Not only are counties asking people to conserve water, but in some places, if you use more than a certain amount of water, you'll have to pay more. Queen City News anchor Robin Kennedy is live in Denver on Lake Norman with what she's uncovered today. And Robin, the cutbacks are voluntary, but there's an incentive to do them.
Right, Morgan and Alicia, money is really the incentive. People don't want to have to pay more. Right now, Lake Norman is about 2.5 feet below its target level. And you can see this land behind me, and that would normally have water covering it. This has triggered officials to go into a stage 1 drought for the Catawba-Wateree River basin. Lake Norman is especially lovely this time of year.
Well, it's great because you can just get around the lake and see all the leaves changing, which is absolutely beautiful. So this is our favorite time of the year.
But this year, Patty Crane can't get around by boat.
Definitely the lowest I've seen it.
She says normally the water would be covering most of the rocks in her backyard.
We definitely want to be proactive now, what we're doing now, before it gets any worse.
The Catawba-Wateree River Basin is now in a stage 1 drought, meaning voluntary water conservation is now in effect. Each county decides how to implement the voluntary water cutbacks.
So if they're being mindful now about how much water they're using, how much times they're watering their lawn, maybe limiting how much, times a day you do laundry a week, how many times a week you do laundry, then we can possibly avoid more severe or mandatory restrictions in the future.
In Lincoln County, if you're on county water and use more than 12,000 gallons of water at your house during a billing cycle, even under voluntary cutbacks, you'll have to pay more. And the cost more than doubles if you use more than 12,000 gallons under mandatory restrictions.
Nobody wants to have more expenses than they need to.
That's why you won't see too many green lawns or car washing.
Just to get even a rinse, you have to think twice about it now.
But Patty says there is a bright spot.
Well, this is the first time we've ever had access to a beach. It still is a little bit muddy. It's not like it's, a nice white sand beach, but yeah, as you can see, there's quite a bit of land here.
Now, Charlotte Water, as well as the city of Lenoir, they're both also asking customers to cut back on their water usage. Right now, everything is just voluntary. And Duke Energy says the last time we were in a stage 1 drought was the summer of 2015 for this area. Reporting live in Denver, Robin Kennedy, Queen City News.